All right. How we doing? So, I just had a really weird interaction. Someone commented on a video, and they weren't the nicest, I'll say that. We are live, we got comments. All right, we're working. So with the OBS software I have, I'll get back to the comment in a little bit if you want to hang around and hear that story. But with the Streamlabs OBS software, it gives you the option to like have a vertical presentation. And I've gone live on TikTok using that that vertical style instead of horizontal like normal. I might switch everything over to vertical style. We'll see. I do make chainmail. How you doing, Virgil? I make a lot of it. I design it. Do a lot of clothing and accessories with they're print products, but you know they are chainmail prints. All right, what do you guys think? Do you guys like on TikTok? Most people watch vertically, right? It's not a question of there. But should I go, you think vertical would work better on other platforms? Not bad. You're in the medieval stuff. You need a whole suit for your sword. There you go. There's, was it Armor Street? Armor Street makes a bunch of armor that I want to buy from them. Ow, my nose. And it's one of those things where it's like, oh, what do I put money into? I think I should put money into armor. But I have no reason not to get it, but also I have no funds for it at the moment. I've got too many other things going on right now. So, I am a bit exhausted today. I mowed the lawn, and I cooked dinner, and that'll wipe you out. A little time in the sun. Wasn't too bad, though. The yard looks good. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. All right. This is the last one I needed. Okay. So I had this halfway built, and I realized that all the rings were a little bit too big, and my new batch of rings didn't match. This is the new batch. They're shinier than the old batch of rings, right? So I wanted to use the old rings as the inside of this weave, right? If you look at the end, okay, that's the core of this weave, and then there's a box weave on the outside. And so I wanted to use the shiny rings for the outside to make everything match and look better, so I tore it all apart. And then I got the base like 3/4 of the way done, and I realized I had made a mistake, right? See how this one, the rings stick out, okay? And on this one, they're like laying smooth pretty much, okay? It's because these ones are backwards. And I did that on about 10 of these, so not the end of the world, but they were all interspersed throughout the base. Do I make chainmail rings? No, I don't. Not yet. Soon. The end of this year. Cross fingers. If everything goes well, I'll be making my own rings soon. So if Autumn, if you're looking for rings, I can help you find suppliers. We have solutions for that. But yeah, I got three chains left to finish fixing, and then that mistake will be done, and I won't make that mistake again. And going forward, we are like we're blasting off to the moon here. All we can do is put this together now. So I'm excited. All right. But yeah, I had a weird interaction just a minute ago before the stream started. Someone commented on one of my videos something along the lines of, "This is what you do when you live in your mom's basement." And it's like, my mom passed away 5 years ago. I was like, my mom's dead. Thanks for bringing that up. Also, this is my basement of a very large house. Then he's like, "Oh, you obviously have a disability." I was like, what? What is going on? People are weird. It's like, none of that's any of your business, and you're just being rude. You know, if you don't like this jelly cube, that's fine. But to be concerned about where I'm making it, right, in whose basement I'm sitting as I make it, is that's weird. I've never once watched someone's video and been like, "Oh, you don't own where you're streaming from. You're a pretender." People are weird, man. Well, if I see the comment, you'll note you work in your basement too. Why have a house if you can't use the basement? That's right. Why have a house if you can't use the basement? Okay. Did I miss something on this? No, I'm close enough. The jelly cube looks neat. Thank you, Cancer Kicker. This thing is cool. I thought for a long time that, like, the bigger I make it, the less cool it'll be. But the bigger I make it, the cooler it is. So it is a little over a third of the way done. It's almost halfway done. I have enough rings in here to get, like, I'm trying to think of, okay, 15, 30 seconds. This will get me to 15, 30 seconds of the way done. So I've got a long way to go, but we'll get there. Trying to make it 5 inches on each side. They are fun too, right? Just to mess with. Yeah, and there's a question. How many of you work from your basement? Like, where else am I supposed to work? Like, I would go rent a place to do this. Alright, maybe actually at some point I would love to rent a place to do this. Thank you for the follow, appreciate you. Thank you for the share, right on. So, yeah, a whole shop where there's like glory holes for glass blowing and forges for blacksmithing and pottery wheels and kilns for people who like ceramics. And I've talked about this before. The insurance would probably be insane. Oh my god, it's going to be a big jelly cube. Yeah. 44,500 some odd rings, I'm hoping, when it's done. Or are you talking about this? This is also going to be a big jelly cube. A little less jelly, but it's like, have a storefront out front where people can buy materials and supplies for whatever craft they want to go work on, right? So they want to do blacksmithing and they need a piece of steel. Got you. They want to do pottery and they need some clay. Got you. You know, that'd be a cool shop setup. It'd be huge and fun, and like I said, the insurance. Then everyone can work in the basement. That's right. So that's the thing. You guys don't realize the cool kids all work in their basements. My mom's basement sucked, though. Not gonna lie. It's like okay. So it was nice for what it was. My stepdad had the basement was a brick basement, right? So it was pretty damp down there, regardless of what you did. My stepdad built a home theater in there, and an exercise room, and a spare room, and a bathroom. So like it had all the amenities. It was just constantly chilly. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. It's so bizarre that people don't understand people can have hobbies and own homes. Oh my goodness. I was like, what else am I supposed to do? I don't know. I need to, someone commented that this was a waste of time on one of my Jelly Cube videos, right? Like, I've gotten, when it comes from lay people, I don't care. When it comes from a supposed artist, like this comment had, I laid into him on another video. But I do want to like make a video of me working on this with the sound. This is a waste of time. We could have been warm, drinking a coffee, or whatever the rest of that sound is. I don't know. I think it's funny. You can only choose one. You can only have a hobby or have a basement. You can't do both. And certainly don't work on your hobby in your basement. Also, you can only be retired if you have a disability. Right? It's not like you can do 20 years in the military and retire at my age. Hi, I work in your shop Tuesday and Friday, so I work on so much there. When I'm home, you work from your couch or dining room table, depending on the size of the project in your own home. Yeah, right. Hi, Patience. How you doing? Elsif, hi. How you doing? You're on a different platform. All right, for anyone wondering what I'm talking about, there are people commenting because we're streaming to all the regular streaming platforms. So if you want to look up my name, if you want a different view, right, you can go search my name on other platforms and you'll find me. All right. You're okay? Having a hard time getting spoons to mail tonight? Yeah. Well, you can always hang out and watch someone else make chainmail. Whenever I run out of the will to work on a project, like I have completely abandoned. Oh, what am I doing? This doesn't go here. There's that one. Okay. Whenever I run out, that one's okay, of energy to work on something, right? Like, I have completely run out of the will to finish the saddlebag project for right now. I'll get back to it in a little bit. And that's part of it. I took a break, and then once I'm done with this project right here, which I'm hoping will be sooner rather than later, then I will get back to the saddlebag project. It's riding season. I need my saddlebags on my bike. I don't want to ride around with one finished saddlebag, but I have lost any and all will to do any more lacing. That's the part I can't get through. Like, the chainmail's all done. It's the lacing and the braiding, because you're pulling 70 feet of lacing through 6 or 7 layers of material, and it's just, that's all you're doing. You're just pulling this lacing through holes, right? All day long. You're good, no mailing tonight. Hockey playoffs, right on. Will you have a commission for Pride Bracelet that you need by Saturday? Well, Saturday's a long way off. I mean, you can, okay. Sometimes you do have to force yourself through a project, which isn't fun, but I've knocked out stuff that I don't want to do. Right? Just got to get it done. But for most of my projects, I keep grabbing the piles, rings from the wrong pile. Let's move these over here out of reach. Cold Brew, how you doing? All right. So, yeah. That's one of those things where if you have to force yourself, but you're on a timeline and you know when you need it by, right? As long as it's not going to take you all of the time between now and when you have to have it done, I'd work on it a little bit and walk away. Work on it a little bit, walk away. Work on it a little bit, and then a lot of times I find myself little work one day, little work the next day. Third day, I finish whatever I'm doing. You're planning to take your project out tomorrow because it seems like you can work on it better outside of your house? There you go. Man up and chainmail up, boys. That's right. Where am I? There. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Okay. Do we have any random comments coming in? None yet. Last night we had someone on YouTube whose comments weren't popping up in the chat box, and I kept missing them. Sometimes streaming software is nice, right? But sometimes it doesn't work the way you want it to. Is this not? There it is. Okay, so anyway, moving on. All right, I also think it's okay. This is what amuses me, right? So this commenter was like, "Oh, someone only does this if they live in their mom's basement." Blah blah blah. This is a waste of time. Okay, whatever he said, right? And then he said that I was disabled, right? Okay. I also run the largest chainmail themed apparel and accessory store that's out there on the internet with more chainmail weaves on different items than anyone else. So maybe it's that I do that allows me to do what I do. Maybe. Also go buy stuff. Do I have all the rings made? Yes, these are all made by chainmail ring suppliers. All right, hang on. Come on. These are spring steel, and they don't want to close. They want to be a pain. So these are from the Ring Lord. And there's about 15 or 16 different suppliers now. Hello from Wisconsin. How you doing, Robert? So I hope to be set up making my own rings by the end of the year. But the reality is I started making my rings when I first got started a long, long time ago. And they were crap rings for the most part. It was a relief when I found the Ring Lord back in about 2004. While I was on deployment. And then I have ordered my rings since because I don't have a setup where I can make rings that are comparable to ones I can buy. Right? Now, and I didn't need it. Right? Hello from Wisconsin also? Right on. I didn't need to be able to make my own rings. Okay. Now that some of the stuff I have planned are fairly large projects, and saw cut rings are expensive, it is cheaper to make your own. So I will be investing in a coiling and cutting setup, and hopefully by the end of the year I will be working, making my own rings, using my own rings for grandiose sculptures that I have in my head. Thank you for your support. Appreciate you. Okay. Make sure this is all facing the right way. Make sure I did that one right. Okay. That is correct. What are you making? Hey, Bones. How you doing? Hello from Kentucky. How's it going, Devin? All right. So let me explain this real quick. These... Okay. I'll just leave that in there. I'm making big rings out of small rings, right? And I'm taking these big rings and I'm weaving them together in a jelly cube pattern. And this is a jelly cube. This will hopefully be a little more rigid because it is a sculptural piece, and because I did make it halfway and then tear it all apart because it was too loose. So I'm trying to make it more rigid. We'll see. And as far as what I'm going to do with it, I'm going to make 10 or 15 sculptures, and then I'm going to try and find a gallery to have an exhibit at, and hopefully sell them for lots of money. We'll see. One day. How big am I going with this? This will be... Okay, so cubes are counted by the number of rows that they have, right? So this is a 15 by 15 by 15 cube. And each row is made up of 2 layers, essentially, right? This row, or this section of rings, right? This section of rings, and the layer between them, right? So... They're counted oddly, and that's led to a lot of confusion, hence why I'm mentioning it. Okay. And so with this, I'll only be going out, it's a 3 by 3 cube. So it'll have, it'll be 3 big rings wide, 3 big rings long, and 3 big rings tall. So it's going to be about 8.5, 9 inches on each side when it's done. That's cool. I respect your passion. Thank you. I like what I do. It took me a while to figure out what I was going to do. But now that I know what I want to do, I like what I do. I have a ton of work to do, and I shouldn't have even started this project, but I did because I was very excited, and I had materials that needed to be used up. Speaking of materials that needed to be used up, here is, man, oh man. Okay. What did I just do here? That was dumb. I need to go the other way. So, these rings, I don't know what the aspect ratio is on them, but I believe that the weaves that I can make with this ring size, I can also make with this ring size. Let me, like, to give you an example of the different sizes here, not forced perspective. These are a lot smaller, right? So the question is, can I do sandworm weave with these rings? I think I can. This is sandworm weave. It's what we're making all these rings out of. I think I can make it out of this. So what might happen is we'll finish this cube, and then we'll make another smaller one out of this pile of rings that I had laying around. So Okay. Too much to do. It's fine. It's fine. We'll get through it all. I got nothing but time to put all these rings together into something awesome. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to display this big monstrosity of a cube and then a smaller version of it. That'd be fun. I got this. Thank you. Thank you for the follow, guys. Appreciate you. Now that I figured out what my mistakes were and how I wanted to go about making this, I feel much better about this cube. It's already taken me a week longer than I expected it to. So it's okay. We're almost done cleaning up the mistakes. It's a lesson learned. And so while I was making the mistake, right, where I put the outside rings on a couple of strands backwards, that's what I did. I'm looking at it and I'm like, you could like weave another layer on this, or you can take the core weave. This can turn into a spiral weave. I forget what it's called, and then try and wrap rings around it like this one, and maybe nobody else has done that, and we might have a new weave on our hands. I don't know. We'll see. Might have already been invented. I don't know. There's a problem with a lot of weaves is one person will come up with it and they'll share it with the community, and then, you know, nobody will really do anything with it, but like 5 years later, someone will stumble across the same weave, each having invented it themselves. There is a lot of documentation that it already exists in the chainmail community. Unfortunately, it's not being updated anymore. So a lot of stuff is like the person who invented the weave, when it happened. Yeah, happy little accidents. So a lot of the people who invented weaves it is known who they are. But, you know, sometimes something comes up and it's like, hey, I did this. And then someone else comes along and they're like, oh, I did that 5 years ago. It's always funny. Because, you know, when you work with rings long enough and you're getting your experience and you're, leveling up, for lack of a better term, you know, there's a lot of similarities in each person's experience, so they stumble across the same thing fairly often. If Facebook closes shop, think how much info will go with it on mail. Oh yeah. Yep. Well, and that's why, God, what's his name? Scott? His name is Scott. I don't remember his last name. The guy that runs chainmailers.com, right? Puts a lot of effort into not rebuilding Mail Artisans International League, which is like the library for chainmail artists, but he's got his own way of preserving information about chainmail. Like, think of how much, if you don't know anything about chainmail, right? The first chainmail ring supplier I was ever made aware of was the Ring Lord up in Canada. The Ring Lord has had a forum along with their website, and chainmail artists collected there and shared info and talked smack and fell in love and fell out of love and all sorts of stuff, right? Well, since the business has changed hands a few times, that the forum is, I guess it's still searchable on like Wayback Machine or something. Like the files will, Scott, sure, thank you. The like you can still access it if you've got the know-how, but for the layman, it's just no longer there. They deleted it. It was a 30-year-old resource, and it's just gone now, right? And Mail Artisans is caught up in litigation, so nothing can be changed on their website, and they won't sell, and they won't update. Nothing can be done. So Scott, building out chainmailers.com is kind of like the newer library, I guess. So I hope that he puts as much on there as he can to preserve information regarding chainmail. A lot of it's been discovered, created, what have you. And it'd be a shame if it was, just lost to time. All right. So, do I add my info and experience to chainmailers.com? I have a profile on there. I don't know what all is on there. I don't spend much time on any platform except for TikTok anymore. So, I should. You have a profile too? You've been meaning to in your spare time? You have yet to find some spare time, yeah. Hey, Gray Submarine. Yeah, I made a profile and I put a bunch of information in there. I don't know. I don't remember all what's on there. It's been a while. I was just on there the other day and logged back in. I was looking for the Dragon Scale Pine Cone, the project that led to this one. All right. So Gray Submarine. I'm taking small rings, right? Oh wait, no, you're on Twitch. Hang on, let's zoom in here a little bit. Okay, I'm taking these small rings. Okay, and I'm making big rings out of them. Okay, we're turning those into big rings, and then we're weaving them together. This is a base layer for a jelly cube, or a cube. This should be more cube than jelly. That's the start of it, and like this is an actual jelly cube, right? Made from small rings. So we're pretending that the small rings in this are like these rings, and then making one of these with almost the same number of rings. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. I don't know. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Oh, my elbow just popped. Excuse me. So, yeah. We are cruising right along. Holy, very. Okay, make sure that I'm going the right direction. Is that correct? Yes. Double, triple, quadruple check, because I swear every time I turn around, I'm putting these in wrong. Okay. How big is this going to be? It'll be like 8.5. It's a 3x3 cube. So 3 rings wide, 3 rings tall, 3 rings long, right? And it'll be about 8.5, 9 inches tall. Or 8.5, 9 inches on each side. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. So I did want to go to a 5x5. Okay, make sure I didn't just screw that up. Hang on. Okay, we're good. A 5x5 cube would be awesome. Okay, don't do that. Hang on, and I will tell you why I didn't do a 5x5 cube. So this ring as a 3x3 cube should have 15,960 small rings in it. A 5x5 cube. Where's my calculator? Calculator. Almighty calculator, give us your numbers. 5. Okay. So I would have to make 549 big rings, right? So 549 times 168 small rings per, right, so 92,232 small rings in order to make a 5x5 cube. So yeah, it's I would do it, but my supplier ran out of rings when I ordered all of these, and I don't know if I can get the same size again. I probably can. So I don't want this to become a multi-year project, but I figure 3x3 is big enough. No, come on. Don't do that. Crazy Awesomeness. Hey, Amy. How you doing? You know the feeling? Yeah. Yeah, 92,000 rings was a bit more than I could take. Amy, you haven't seen this, have you? I haven't posted pictures of this on anywhere, but actually, I've only streamed with this. I haven't posted anywhere. Except for TikTok. Alright, for anyone over here wondering who I'm talking to, I am live on multiple platforms. You can just search my username, and you will get a overhead view and a different comment section. Just FYI. No pressure. Also, go to my Linktree and follow me on all of my socials, because I don't know what's going to happen to this app moving forward. And it would help me grow all my other channels, which I would greatly appreciate. Thank you. Alright. So, almost back to where we were the other day. This is just the base layer. Now we can start building it up once we're done with this, which I'm very excited about because I've been there twice now and had to stop and turn around because I screwed it up. So this morning, on the way to school, my son told me that he had a book report due, and that it was already late, and that he was losing 5% a day, that it didn't get done. So he starts losing his mind on his way to school. That was fun. But then when he gets home, he didn't want to do his book report, and he lost his mind while he was being forced to finish his book report. Oh, kids. Hey, but at least he got it done, right? Come on. It's this. I'm not upside down and backwards, really, but it's difficult to see the closure because the rest of the big ring keeps falling over it. I can't tell if I have a good closure or not. Nope. Alright. So, that was the highlight of my day. It's having to deal with an irrational child in regards to a book report that I couldn't help him with at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then having to deal with that same child, also irrational, trying to get him to finish that book report. He was doing the I'm so mad, I don't want to do my book report. Oh my gosh, I don't beat my kid, but it was tempting. I was trying to make dinner. I made red beans and rice, and I threw some chicken in it. And there's this Weber's Grill seasoning called Kickin' Chicken. So anytime I make chicken, I like to throw that on there. It's good. It's good for your soul. I'm not much of a cook, but I've definitely improved over the years. Zatarans helps that. Thank you for the share. Appreciate it. So, where are we at here? 9, 13, 2, 3. We might... I have to close 2 more rings. 1, 2. I have enough rings to finish the base here. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time. We might go a little late. See how close we are. We'll see. I'll hurry fast. I didn't spend all day weaving like I normally do. I did go out and mow the lawn. So while my wrists and hands don't feel super great working with this spring steel, they're not terrible. This stuff is killer though. Past my bedtime again? Soon. Soon. Like I said, I might go a little bit past 10. It is a school night, but also like we're so close to finishing the base here. We'll see where we end up. We got what, 45 minutes till I normally stop. We'll see how long. So we'll see how much I can get done in that time. Can't wait till that squiggly cube gets done. The one I'm working on right here, or the smaller one? The one I'm working on? Yeah, I can't wait till this is done either. This is awesome. Like, I've got a bunch of stuff in this pile done, a bunch of stuff in this pile done, right? Just got to do the outside on them. Like, all the core chains are done. I just have to add the exterior rings and then throw them together. So I don't know how long it's going to take me. It's not going to be quick, I can tell you that much. And then guess what I found? I found a smaller ring size that will probably do this weave. So, and I don't have anything to do with these rings. I bought these rings for Dragon Scale a long time ago, but the Dragon Scale takes 2 ring sizes. This is 20 gauge 3/16, and I used 20 gauge 3/16 and 20 gauge 1/8, and it's a beautiful dragon weave or Dragon Scale, right? But these should make this, so I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna do this again. You made a lot of progress since you first got you on live, right on. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Yeah. Worked out all the kinks. Found my mistakes. Fixed them. I'd be a lot farther along had I done it right the first time, but lesson learned. Cool. How you doing, Endure Life Slift? So, hopefully, if I do make a second smaller one, it won't take as long. It also won't be as painful. I am knitting with metal. It's called combat crochet. I've got a t-shirt that says that. If I'm not making real chainmail, what is it? Combat crochet? Oh, man. This is the worst. Okay, hang on. I gotta... Medieval macrame. Night knitting. Is that... Did I put all the rings in on that one? I think so. These will hold themselves in place better when they get more rings in them, I think. I hope. It should not be like this. That's bad. Well, it's not terrible, but okay. All right. Assault crochet. Have some assault crochet. Yeah. Tell me it's not real chainmail one more time, and it'll become assault crochet for sure. That's funny. You guys are hilarious. All right. All going the right way. Ooh, I actually don't mind, right? People say, oh, it's not real chainmail, blah, blah, blah. Well, I mean, they don't know, right? Like when laymen tell me what I'm doing is a waste of time. They don't know what I'm doing. They're just, oh, that's dumb. Okay. So it is real chainmail. Like, if you don't think it's real chainmail, you can take it up with the chainmail community. And you're going to have 15,000 people disagreeing with you, if not more. Is it riveted chainmail? No. Is it historically accurate chainmail? Also no. Are they Persians? Okay, so you're asking the weave. This is called Sandwyrm, right? It's a core. It's a core of full Persian with single units of box on the outside, right? Like each unit of box doesn't touch the next one. It only touches the full Persian core. Historically accurate chainmail comes with the side of the... Historically accurate chainmail comes with a side of the bubonic plague. That's funny. Looks awesome. Thank you. The bubonic plague. Not my Cinea pestis, your Cinea pestis. wife's a microbiologist, so I get all kinds of information about microbiology that I never wanted to know. And the bubonic plague, comes from fleas carried by rats, right? We all know that. But the whatever bacteria that it is called Yersinia pestis. I hope I got that right, because she would be upset if I got it wrong. How long did it take me to learn how to do this? I've been doing this for 28 years. Yeah, 24. A little more. And that's just on this one project. I started learning when I was 14, and I have just continued to learn. So it's not like... it's not like a 4-year college degree or anything. Yeah. A true master? I know people I consider to be true masters, and I'm good, right? But don't be confused, right? I've taken something simple and added a slight amount of complexity, okay? It looks complex. It's not. It's pretty straightforward, right? It's just also a lot of work. The people who have really mastered the art of chainmail, these are people who have forgotten more about chainmail than I will ever know. And to be honest, you have no idea what chainmail is? Okay, chainmail is a type of armor that they used in the medieval period. And it was, you'll see, okay, have you ever seen The Lord of the Rings, Gray Submarine? In The Lord of the Rings, Bilbo has his mithril shirt. That's chainmail, right? And it's just a type of, it's just a type of armor before plate armor came about, before, what is it, Lorica called? How much would I sell a chainmail bag for? You want a dice bag? All masters start somewhere. I'll get there someday. Few masters classes, some seminars, few retreats, and lots of bloody pliers to become a master, right? Yeah. Exactly. So chainmail is often worn in conjunction with plate armor. And it's found all throughout medieval Europe, right? And in all the way across from the United Kingdom to Japan. Am I streaming somewhere else? I'm streaming on all regular platforms under the same username. So YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, X, and TikTok here. So it does get a little wonky, but the more people that follow me, the sooner I'll get to 10,000, and I'll be able to have it all on my computer. So, Barn Guy, what's funny? What's going on? Man, you must something? Okay. Not what you were going to say? Okay. Alright, where was I? Anyway, so chainmail has evolved probably in the last 40 to 50 years, maybe a little longer. I don't think much longer than that. But definitely in the last 30, we started working in more materials with more weaves than at any point in history before, right? So there is an explosion in the development of the craft, the art of chainmail. I was like, he had one too many. Is there a way to expedite the process? Yeah, Joshua, are you talking like a dice bag or a backpack? What kind of bag are we talking about? Easy way to prevent plate pinches was mail under armor too. and a, what is it, a brigandine, or a, what do you call it? What is the cloth that goes under armor? It's something. I have my book on armor and arms over here that I haven't read, that someone on TikTok told me to get, and it's called Medieval Military Technology. What is my longest project? A Gameson, thank you. My longest project to date is going to be my motorcycle vest. A bag that you can put a turkey in. No, I won't sell a bag that you can put a turkey in. Because I don't have one on hand. I don't take commissions right now. The only way to expedite it. Okay. So there are not Neptunic. Who makes Neptunic's chainmail suits? Or the chainmail for Neptunic suits. Neptunic is the company that makes the chainmail shark suits, right? And you'll see them on like Shark Week, diving with sharks. The people who make the chainmail for the Neptunic shark suits is called Mailtech, and they do strips of European 4-in-1 that are welded. All the rings are welded, and it's made by machine. And that is one way to expedite the process. They make like chandeliers and curtains, and I think I saw a pillow on their website one time that I really wanted. Dumb, but you know, chainmail pillow, why not? So yeah, you can expedite it that way by using a machine, and as time progresses, the machines are going to get better and better, and I predict that at some point there will be a machine that you can show or program to make all sorts of different chainmail weaves, whether it's like an AI robot that does machine learning to put this stuff together or whatever. But you, Josh, for the bags, the chainmail, I don't know if they're bags, but like drapes for turkeys, they sell those. So if you Google one on Amazon, that's your best bet. Anything I make you, I can't guarantee that it's food safe. Yeah, turkey chainmail. That's what we got going on over here. I don't know why they put the turkeys in chainmail bags. You've seen some fancy 3D printed chainmail. I have too. In fact, I've seen some E4-in-1, and I've seen someone do a jelly cube like this. It wasn't quite like perfected, but the guy was working on it. So, like, technology is coming, okay? Just like I took my knowledge of chainmail and my knowledge of selling print products, and I combined them, and I built my store based off of chainmail, right? Someone's going to take their knowledge of machining and AI learning or whatever it is, whatever two things that they know, and chainmail, and they're going to combine it and make a machine that pumps out chainmail in all different weaves. Like, I think it's just going to happen. Someone will do it. Justin, you're going to call me tomorrow afternoon? Yeah, that's fine, Justin. How you doing, buddy? All 300 series of food is safe. The concept is it makes grill marks and gives the flavor of searing to your cooking. Oh, that's why we're putting turkeys in bags. So, John over on Facebook is saying that 300 series stainless is 300 series stainless steel is food safe, and the concept is to make grill marks and give the flavor of the seared flavoring to your turkey. Would I ever sell the thing I'm working on now? Yes, this will actually go up for sale. King's chain. This is called Sandwyrm. I've heard a bunch of different weaves called King's chain, so I don't know specifically which one you're referring to. Adam Savage making flying bulletproof Iron Man armor. Machines making mail is going to happen. Yeah, Dune chain. So there's actually two names to this weave, right? So as I said before, in the last 30 years, names of weaves, or the number of weaves has been proliferating, right? There's more every day. And the names of weaves are not based on anything historical. If you go to maleartisansinternationalleague.org or whatever it is, you'll go on there and you'll see weaves named 1 Hour Less Sleep, Not Tau 3-in-1, Aeroplane, okay? And so there's no like rationalization for the weaves. Some weaves have names like Japanese 6-in-1, references to the number of rings used to make a certain pattern. European 4-in-1 references the number of rings used to make a certain pattern, but that's about it. How much am I going to sell this for? I'm hoping to make somewhere between $4,000 and $8,000 off of this. But realize too that the goal is to put this in a gallery somewhere and have a tourist or someone with money who wants to decorate their house spend a lot of money, and where I will, where the gallery will put it on exhibit, and you still have to pay their employees and and their rent and their overhead and their utilities, right? So you just started chainmail, right on. It's been a lot of fun. Very cool. What about necklaces or bracelets? Do I sell them, and how much? Hollrat, I have a bunch of bracelets. If you want to DM me, I can. We can find a platform where we can share images on, and I will shoot you pictures of what I have. I had a fistful of them over here somewhere. Well, I have ones similar to this one here. I don't have the skull and crossbones one anymore. Right? I do have a skull, a big skull bead. And then I don't have, what else do I have? I don't have anything else nearby. You've been casting chains in silver in one shot using lost resin 3D printing, but you think chainmail would require tolerances that are beyond what is castable? Yeah, I would have no idea. It might. John said he likes RSD. RSD is the name of a weave, and it's called Rhino Snorting Drano. That should tell you all you need to know about the names of chainmail weaves. The names don't make sense, and the rules don't matter. All right, there we go. If I could name a chain, what would it be? I don't know. Something, I've never given this any thought whatsoever. If I could name a chain, what would it be? I'd probably call it something stupid like sexy chain or badass chain. It's like I've resorted to my ability to name stuff is terrible, for starters, right? Like my business name, my username, right? When you pronounce it, mail works, right? Nobody can pronounce it for starters, right? I had someone call me malware the other day. Someone called me Melee, and I was like, okay, maybe, is it that people can't read, or is it my username? And it happened over and over and over again, and it's my username, right? For sure. Okay, but then if you tell someone your business name is Mailworks, right? It kind of sounds like a strip club where men perform, right? Mail works, kind of like Hard Bodies. All right. So I've given up on naming anything ever again. Did I coin Ringception? No, I did not. So I don't, and okay. So my business name, kind of wonky, right? Mail references chainmail, and works references the fact that, it's a production process to make. Okay? That's what I was thinking at the time. Mailworks Gigolos Incorporated. We work your rings. Oh, okay. So, Yeah, I'm never naming anything ever again. I'm not even going to name... If I ever have any more children or pets or anything, I give up. But I learned a lesson from an internet story, right? And the guy had... he was working in a manufacturing warehouse or manufacturing floor, and there were some giant fans hanging overhead, to cool it off. And he was like, that is amazing. I want, to go into business selling those fans. And he started a business, and he called it like Bob's Fans, right? And he did not make a single sale. So a couple months goes by, and he's trying to figure out what in the world's going on. The people he bought the company from, they sold a lot. They had name recognition or whatever. But finally he realized that, he's got to change the name. And so he changes the name from Bob's Fans to Big Ass Fans, right? And they're just giant overhead fans that he's selling. And I don't know if the story is true. It's just what I heard or read or something, right? But when he changed his business name to Big Ass Fans, he started selling hundreds of these fans, right? Because that's what people type in the search bar. Okay? So if I ever, rename my business, it's going to be like Sexy Chains Apparel. Okay? I'm not going to try and be clever or anything. Let this be your lesson. If you're going to name your business, make it something simple. So, but now been at this for like 5 years. If I change my name now, all the name recognition goes away. I've been building up my business for quite some time. Albeit not as successful as I would have hoped, but certainly getting there now, All right. Mail works where whips and chains excite us, yeah. I heard that song earlier today. Oh. Hey, Jojo, how you doing? Oh, it's Hollerat? Right on. What do you think of this display? You like this one or you like the vertical display? Okay, so we are one ring away from where I was the other night before I realized that I screwed everything up and I needed to take it all apart. And we are 4 rings away from having the base finished. What time is it? 9:40? We might get 2 more done. You like the one better than the TikTok one? Okay, fair enough. Because I was thinking of doing well, you're on Facebook? Yeah, I was thinking about streaming vertically to Facebook. Twitch is horizontal. YouTube's horizontal. I guess I could stream vertically to YouTube. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I will. Okay. Yeah, the TikTok one's going to be vertically oriented here pretty soon. Once I hit 10,000 followers and I get access to the live studio, or access to a stream key rather, then that'll change to be more like I'll use my overhead camera here and you can see the design better. Yeah, and I don't know why TikTok no other platform limits people to streaming only after they've had so many followers that I'm aware of, right? Like I didn't have to have 10,000 followers on Twitch before I started streaming there. I just started streaming there. So, but we're almost there. We're like 1,400 followers away. So if you would like to help me, a small, innocent boy, if you would like to help me achieve my dreams, please follow along so that I can hit 10,000 followers on TikTok and all my other social media platforms. Let's see here. Oh, thank you for the follows. Holy crap. you guys rock. I was like, why is everybody following? And then I was like, oh yeah, I just asked everyone to follow. Followed you here on too, but I'm headed to bed. All right. Appreciate you. It's pushing 11 p.m. Yeah. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. This would have been gone crazy in the 1300s. Yeah. Am I getting to get a chain gang? I am the chain gang. Wait. Yeah. Let's see here. Where does this go? No, that's correct. Hang on. I'm not a smart man sometimes. I've only done this 100 times. Alright. That's crazy looking. How you doing, Babs? Athen, how you doing? It's coming along. We're getting somewhere. Alright, hang on just a second. One more ring and then... Okay, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. John saying bot prevention from new account. I don't know. Like, if TikTok doesn't want people to stream or use their live studio because they don't have enough followers in order for bot prevention, how big of an issue is it when every other platform, right? I think you need a few on Facebook. I don't know to go live and everything. So, but that's, I don't know. All right. So let me finish this ring I'm adding, and we will be as far along as we were the other day. Now time for the upside down and backwards weaving, and where I can't see. All right. So, I might not, like I said, I have enough rings to finish out the base of this cube right now. But what I don't have is the time. It's already 9:45. So, but I will try and get one more ring in tonight. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. So close to 10,000. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't remember if I said this, but last I checked, it was less than 1,400 to get to 10,000. And I just want to get to 10,000 so I can use the live studio. It's like I've got Streamlabs that I can use, and I want to make a better picture for people to see what I'm doing with my overhead camera. Like the studio equipment I already have. I just get to 10,000 and then I can use that for TikTok, right? And it's not perfect. The vertical orientation is not, it's different, right? So, like, it'll just take a little getting used to, and maybe some camera adjustments for me to figure it out. But I think it's better than this, right? I guess we'll find out. I hit 10,000 and I get to use my overhead camera and my front-facing camera and everything. And then, like, nobody watches after that. Like, what is this? This sucks. Oh, it'll be fine. So, oh, I've been meaning to make a video on prices, right? I didn't get to it today. I was too tired. I mowed the lawn and I was exhausted. But how pricing works, because that was one of the themes I wanted to touch on one of my Jelly Cube videos, right? It's like, you don't go to, what pattern did I use on your necklace? This is called inverted round. How you doing, D? D Siegel 419. So this is inverted round, and there's a black leather cord running down the middle of it. And I'm about to finish my other necklace that I took apart to lengthen. So like I decided, like, I'm not going to make necklaces less than 2 feet anymore, right? You're doing good? It's good to hear. I'm not going to make bracelets less than like 8 inches. I'm tired of having to adjust stuff. And like when you go to adjust something and you don't have enough rings, you can always reduce it, right? But if you got a bracelet that will fit an 8-inch wrist, that covers like 90% of people. Right on. How did you get started? What was your first weave? Who else? Someone else came in and said that they just started in chainmail earlier too, which is awesome. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Chainmail's fun because you can do whatever you want with it as long as you have the imagination, and the know-how isn't so much a matter of experience and knowing how to do something exactly. It's a more trial and error. You got full Persian and Byzantine. Right on. Two of my favorites. A lot of people don't like Byzantine. I understand. Here's the difference. Okay. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, I hate Byzantine. I hate making it." And for reference, this is a Byzantine bracelet of mine. Right? For anyone watching overhead. Okay. Very common chain. Loved by many. But the people that do the hustle and are vending every weekend and doing shows and just making a ton of stuff and posting it every week and updating their websites and all that, right? They end up making a lot of Byzantine because it's a highly desired weave, right? Whereas I make a lot of Byzantine because I've made projects that have a lot of Byzantine in them. Okay? And I kept those projects. So I didn't have to sell them. Thank you for the follow, guys. Hard to work with, but look, you like it in smaller millimeter? Hard to work with, but the look is great? Yeah. Like, this is a pretty big ring size for me. Most 16 gauge. I did just do a 12 gauge project, though. I don't know. I'm all over the place. I won't go lower than 22 gauge anymore. I just can't see it, and I don't want to use a magnifying lens just yet. I know people who go all the way down to 40 gauge, and it's like, I don't know why. They make awesome stuff, though. So, I need to count this real quick. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Are you kidding me? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. No, that's right. I'm dumb. Jesus. It's fun to test your limits. Oh, is that why you go down to 40 gauge, John? All right. Because it tests your limits. I think you're just a madman, bro. Not gonna lie. The next project you're about to start is a captive bead bracelet for your daughter with birthstone gems. Right on. Someone is posting these like chainmail patterns on rings. Like I got a chainmail leather stamp, right? But they did that on a metal ring, and I don't remember what the material was. I'm gonna. Ow! Wow! 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 I'm gonna guess it was silver, right? And they had one with a pear dot on it. I was like, oh, hey, that's my kiddo's birthstone. That'd be a cool ring to have. And I didn't get the name, and then Instagram updated, and I lost the image forever. So it was a ring with a chainmail pattern on it, which it's like, oh, I need to get me one of those. 40 gauge makes 24 gauge seem like cake. Yeah, okay. Oh, I can't even imagine. Man, that must have took a long time to make. You made chainmail before? It would have taken a whole lot less time if I had done it right the first time and not taken it apart twice and not redone half of it. But yeah, it's taken a long time. How you doing? How you doing, Rob Ruiz? Rob Ruiz Art. It's a mere 15,960 rings to get this together. But, you know. What else am I going to do with my time? Oh, God. Alright. So, I've mentioned this many times. This is spring steel, right? So it's difficult to work with, and I need to give people like an understanding of how difficult it is to work with. Okay? That when my pliers got ripped off that ring just a minute ago, it didn't leave a mark, right? Like these are pliers with teeth. They're old junky pliers. I don't recommend them for chainmail. They're not specialty pliers. And these are Zurons. These are specialty chainmail pliers, but I usually wouldn't use these on such a heavy gauge wire, but they're the only ones with the nose small enough to get in here, right? You're doing good. It's good to hear. Wow, amazing. Keep it up. All right, thank you, Dancing Auroras. So normally on like say the softer steel that this came from like the original batch that I had that started this project. These are the new spring steel rings. The old ones would get marked up like crazy if I slipped on a ring like that. So these are, I don't know, it's nuts how nonchalantly they just shrug off being marked up by my pliers. Go to Harbor Freight. Need to hang a ring up on a hook behind you and add some bricks to it for weight. Big ring or little ring? Oh, you're at one of the spring steel rings. Something's off here. What am I going to Harbor Freight for? For pliers? For specialty pliers? There's a Harbor Freight near me. 2 of them, actually. All right. Do I make my rings and purchase them? If you buy them, where do you get them? So I've got all the suppliers I'm aware of, which there's about 16 of them listed in the Mailworks app. And I've ordered from several. All right, I've done something wrong here. But if you go to my link tree and download the Mailworks app, it's available on Google and Apple. There's a suppliers section that has all the suppliers I'm aware of right now, except for one that I got to add. I am aware of them. I just haven't put them on the app yet. So, but these are from the Ring Lord. These are from Chain Reaction up in Canada. These are from Joshua Diliberto, right? So it just depends. Something's not letting this ring be woven into place. This one's fine. Oh, I found it. I found it. Found it, guys. Don't do this. Don't be like this. Where'd it go? Oh man, one ring is like stuck behind the other one. And there we go. Oh, thank goodness I didn't have to take all that apart. You're very welcome. It's a free app for anyone that wants to get started making chainmail. There is a link to my website on there, but I send out notifications sometimes, very rarely though. Like, I need to send out a notifications like, yo, hey, we added new suppliers to the store, check them out. Or we added new suppliers to the suppliers section, go check them out. We added some artists to the artists section. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. Thank you for the follow, guys. Appreciate you. Last couple of rings here, and we'll have all caught up. We'll be all caught up to where we were once upon a time. Okay. All right, last one. Okay. Oh man, it's killer. Ah, my arm. Yay, we're all cut up. We're all cut up to where we were the other day. That's cool too. So 3 more rings and we'll be done with the base. And I already have the rings laid out, made. I just got to put them on. What I'm lacking in is time. So, all right. But yeah, it's going to be a 3x3, or the base is going, yeah. The cube is going to be 3 rings wide, 3 rings long, and 3 rings tall. So, about, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8.5 inches tall. Take a stretch and hydrate. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Alrighty. Put these back. For anyone following along, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. We'll get these other 3 rings in. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll fix these 3, and we will start building vertically on this. So I do have 2 piles here. This is the inside section of each ring. I'll show you a comparison, right? So this is the inside right here, and that's the outside, right? Or that's what it's supposed to look like when it's finished. So the rings are halfway done. We've got some of them put together, so we're over the halfway mark at this point, right? It's just a matter of getting all these rings covered up, finished, rather, getting all these strands finished, and then weaving them on, and making sure all the rings face the right direction, and cross your fingers and hope that it's rigid enough. So, all right. If this is your first time here and you're like, whoa, cool, chainmail, I like that, I should learn how to make that, please go to the link tree in my bio and download the Mailworks app. It's got a bunch of resources in there that I wish I had when I first started making this stuff 28 years ago. Excuse me. It's got a bunch of resources in there that I wish I had when I started making this stuff 28 years ago. It's built for beginner and veteran chainmail artists. You got lists of suppliers, where to find tutorials, where to find where people who make chainmail hang out on the internet, and a bunch of other stuff. It is a little wonky right now because I have to do a computer day and make some icons for it. But there is a Discord that we just started. Starting to add some people to it. It's not built out yet, but we'll get there. And what else? Please go follow me on all my other socials. Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, X. I don't know what's going to happen with TikTok, but, something. Either it's going to be here or it's not. I don't think it's going to go away, but we'll see. Yeah, and then if you like this project and you want to see more, you can go to my website, which is myusername.com. Pick yourself out something nice, and that helps fund these projects here. So, thank you for hanging out. I do appreciate you being here. I've got to get to bed. I've got some stuff I got to do before I go to bed, but it is a school night, and I don't have time to add more rings right now. So, thank you for the follows. Thank you for the shares. I appreciate all of you. I'm usually on here 8:30 to 10 most nights of the week. I do occasionally take a couple nights off to hang out with the family and do fun stuff with them. But usually if if there's nothing going on, I'm here. Hanging out, making stuff. And boy, do we have a lot of stuff to make. So, this is just a mere fraction of what I've got going on, and what I've got going on is a mere fraction of what I've done. So, come hang out if you like to talk about chainmail, or fantasy stuff, or, I don't know, weird comments you get in your comments threads. Alright? You all have a wonderful evening. You're awesome people. I appreciate you being here. I will talk to you all later.